Hi, Dennis.
Good
I am
morning.
Suresh, coming from Andhra Pradesh. So, you are running a school. It is wonderful for the future generations. I have a question for the education. So, how the recent crisis has affected the children, especially in education? Can you say something about?
Yes, this tragedy that has taken place, this affects the children the most, let me say. It's been over 100 days now. So, right now, the immediate impact is that they have not seen any form of school
Okay.
for a long time now. On top of that, they were just beginning to come back to school after the COVID lockdown.
Okay.
So academically also it has affected us,
Okay.
financially also.
Okay.
But over and above, I think it is the long-term psychological impact because you see these are young children.
Okay.
Their minds are just being formed, their attitudes, their interactions with each other. So how that will play out, that is difficult to say at the moment, unless there is a very long period of peace and stability. And that is what is most required in a school or any uh, academic environment.
Yeah.
So at the moment, we are somehow adjusting and adapting as best as we can. We know that the displaced persons have nothing. They just barely escape with their lives and whatever they could carry along with them.
Yeah.
So we are looking after them, not just our school. I think every other school in this area,
Yeah.
we are taking them free of cost, and then we are encouraging them to attend classes regularly. And classes also, we are not able to have regular classes because of the situation. So we are somehow managing with say a couple of classes a day. But we hope and pray that somehow normalcy returns, and then that we will be able to have a proper academic session. But as of now, we are taking things on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is the situation right now.
So, as per my knowledge, last few days, getting some knowledge about this education. In the hill areas, the government schools are not opened. So, how the government children is going to educate?
I think that's a question for the government.
Yeah.
But as far as I know, some of the government schools have been forced to be utilized as a relief center or a place of shelter where these displaced persons can be accommodated.
Yeah.
So at least they will have some shelter, especially in this weather, this heavy rain.
Okay.
So as far as normal classes, I think that and how the government will answer this question, I think that is for the government to respond or to answer.
So everybody is worrying about the future of the children, right? And I think I saw some children. They are in a fear because every day police is coming and military also is running. They are running into the villages and they are running into their houses. How their mental status is will be?
Well, I think the younger children tend to, adapt and overcome better. I think we need to be a little worried about the teenage group.
Yeah.
Let's say the 13 and 14, 15-year-old, because they are very vulnerable and they have a lot of, say, energy with them. So I hope that negative impact of this crisis doesn't affect them too deeply. So that's why we need to get them back in a secure education environment and get their minds on the right track.
So nowadays we have seen heavy rainfall is here. So I think there is no work for the people. So I think most of the hill areas people they are doing some agriculture, right? In this crisis, recent crisis, how are they managing their life and their children educate? I think it affects their children education also.
Yes, basically everyone is surviving on their little savings right now. And then at the end of the week, with that money, they're able to buy their basic essentials. So they are just surviving.
Yeah.
Let's say it's a hand-to-mouth situation.
Yes.
So it's just there's no excess income or no profit in whatever economic activity. And it's just a question of survival, living from day to day, week to week. So that is the situation. Except maybe those few fortunates who have some salaries from the government, who are employed in a regular job. So even for private schools, that's a source of worry, because most of our parents are in that category where if they don't work, they don't earn.
Yeah.
So that puts us in a very difficult situation.
So, are you expecting normal situation when it will be see in this area?
Well, I don't want to make a political comment. That is
Yeah,
for the leaders and the government to negotiate.
Yeah.
But I hope and I wish that it comes sooner,
Okay.
because it has been too long now, and it affects everyone, not just from one particular community. It affects all the communities. And then especially since I'm in the field of looking after children, educating them, it affects them the most.
Yes. Yes. I saw several research scholars. They were displaced. Is there any hope to get readmission in any another states, universities?
Well,
Because yesterday I spoken with one person. He was a student of Manipur University. He was a research scholar in some other department. Now he is not in the university. He was displaced. He came to this place. So what is his future? How many are like that? Do you have any idea? As an educationalist, you might.
Well, I'm in the field of secondary education, that means up to class 10. Higher education, I think I do not comment on that.
Okay.
But it seems there's a lot of stress and uncertainty regarding their future, because they already registered in a particular university.
Yes.
And then it makes no sense just to drop out and go to another university. So I hope the concerned authorities will look into it. But as of now, there are several of them.
Okay.
And they are facing the uncertainty, I think, because they had enrolled in that particular course in the hope of getting some employment or better job prospects down the line.
Okay.
So that has been put on hold at the moment. So I hope the concerned higher education authorities quickly they make a plan to restore them. It's not just research scholars, it's medical students, it's engineering students, it's those technical students. And it's more tragic because most of the higher centers of higher education are in the valley.
Okay.
And going to the valley right now is impossible for us
Yes.
at the moment. So some kind of alternate arrangement needs to be done and needs to be done quickly.
Can you say that roughly how many students is out of the school now? You may have any rough idea.
Yes, it's good you asked that question, because you see in this situation we have a lot of exodus of students and even people who are fearful for the future. So you will find them in as near as Shillong and Guwahati, and as far away as Delhi, Mumbai, Pune. So that's a little worrying factor, because those who can afford it, basically,
Yes.
those who can afford to get admitted in schools and colleges outside have already done it. But then it still doesn't answer the question, what about those who can't afford it?
Yeah, that is the question.
Yes, exactly.
That is the worry of the country.
Yeah, that's a very worrying thing, and it's very unfortunate and a little disappointing that all these issues faced by the common, let's say the student or the common parent or schools or colleges in general, that is not addressed so far.
Okay. Thank you so much for
Thank
giving.
you.